by the times you made me cry. Feeling not quite good enough, not understanding why. I blamed you for the hell that I was in. Then I burned through my resentment till I could love again. I forgive you, for you know not what you do. When you did those things that hurt so much, you didn't have a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. I forgive you, for you know not what you do. I still have an angry thought or two. I don't do well with those that try to tell me what to do. But I still try to turn the other cheek. Watch me walk away, you'll know exactly what I mean. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. When they do those things that hurt so much, they haven't got a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. The more you give away, the more you have. Everyone's a mirror of some part of you. It could be anger, it could be love. Why not choose love? Haunted by the times I made you cry. I showed you the worst in me, not understanding why. But we can heal together perfectly. For love to grow between us, there's one thing that I need. Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. When I do those things that hurt so much, I haven't got a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. Please forgive me, I forgive you.
summer, fall and winter came too fast. now I made it. I'm wide awake, it's spring at last. If I could only bring them back, they'd still be moments from the past. It's simply beautiful to walk with open hands. Nothing to hide, nothing to grasp, nothing to break, nothing to last. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. I buried my father, so went my mother all too soon. I suffered in silence, suffered alone until June. It wasn't clear, it wasn't right. I'd hear him tell her in the night, but somewhere in the dark they huddled near a light, with nothing to fight, nothing to stress, nothing to climb, nothing to pass. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. Some seasons let us be reborn. These deep dark places where we're torn. And when they tell you that your rose still has its thorns, you've nothing to hide, nothing to test. Love brought you here, now you can rest. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose.
perfectly clear. I am the answer. Oh, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. I used to fight between wrong and right, watching my fears taking over my life. But now I know why I'm here. It's perfectly clear. I am the answer. Oh, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. Everybody now, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. Here we go now. I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. I am the answer. I'm the answer. I am the answer. I am the answer. Be the answer. I am the answer.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello, and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community, and we believe there are many paths to one divinity. So if you would like to learn more about our multi-faith culture, endeavors, path, whatever you want to call it, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org. You can also make a donation there or join Pod Plus, and you're going to hear a little bit more about Pod Plus later. So there'll be more announcements like that and other things after the message, so stay tuned.
Last week we heard from Shaman Jerry Nettesheim.
Yay.
There was music from Michaela Townsend. And we heard this, we'll hear this week from Wiccan Oracle. And his accompaniment will be Drew Brown from Canada. Next week, we'll hear from the modern mystic, Christopher Timms, and he will be accompanied by Miss Jennifer Farron. So, without further ado, let's dive in to today's look at holy.
I learned the word holy in rooms with high ceilings, in whispered prayers and lifted hands, in chalices, candles, carpets worn thin, by knees that knew the marks on the floor by heart. Holy was something set apart, something spoken carefully, something you approached slowly, as if it might break or burn or even judge you back. Holy lived in the sanctuary, lived in the silence between songs, in the language only the faithful were taught to speak. And then somewhere along the way, the word started wandering. It slipped out of the building, it loosened its collar, it followed people home. And we began to notice holiness doesn't stay put. It shows up in shared bread, in listening without fixing, in choosing not to look away. Holy sounds like loving your neighbor. Not in theory, not as an idea, but in practice, as a daily discipline. Holy is justice that refuses to be quiet. It is dignity defended. It is repair over revenge. It is saying, this harm ends with me. Holy is kindness that costs you something. Time, comfort, certainty. Holy is checking in, standing with, making room, holding grief without rushing it out the door. Holy is showing up again and again for people you were never told were your responsibility. So maybe holy was never about being set apart. Maybe it was always about being set toward love, toward neighbor, toward justice, toward the work of becoming human together.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. This is Oracle Hecatios. I'm pleased to be able to be in your homes or your car, wherever you're at watching this today. I am pleased by and thankful for the people of diversity, Becky and Scott, for continuously being generous and hosting me and allowing me to be part of the 10 speakers that represent faiths. Thank you to Philip Lupo and his team for putting this together on such short notice. I do apologize. I am in school, and so there's a lot to try to crank in, cram in at the same time. But today I'm going to do my best from my perspective, talking about the perspective of polytheism, that is the belief in many gods, and witchcraft in particular, because I am a witch. And I'm also an initiate in Lukumi, which is an Afro diasporic faith, Afro-Cuban faith. So again, my name is Oracle Hecatios, and the perspective I come from today in the word holy is one that is fraught with the word holy itself is very triggering. I'm going to explain why. Holy or holiness is a word that has come to have meaning within monotheistic religious expressions, monotheistic religions, particularly Christianity, but also English translations of Jewish texts and the Quran in particular have used the word holy. And holy was coined. It is Germanic in its root, but it was agreed upon and used within Christian context to talk about the values of abstinence, chastity, um, behaviors as far as living ascetically, living um, lives that were devoted to Christ or to God or to Mary, to the Holy Spirit. Holiness, holy is about developing what uh, talks about the in the Bible the fruit of the Spirit, and the fruit of the Spirit is basically a a way of expressing within Christianity. I'll use Christianity as an example since we are a Christian dominated country here in the United States. It's basically from Galatians 5:22 to 23, 9 virtues that are used to express how a Christian should live. And they have to have love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control or temperance. In the King James, it's temperance, but it's self-control. Self-control over your lusty appetites, over the Bible frequently talks about the body as a flesh, as a bad thing, as carnal sins, sex before marriage, homosexuality, in particular. A lot of other things are, whether the translations are correct or not, this is the English Anglophone way of understanding the word holy. And in Protestantism in particular, and also Catholic, but in Protestantism in particular, in the 19th century, there was a movement called the Holy Movement or the Holiness Movement that talked about a type of purity. So the word holy and purity and righteousness became used in a context that dictated how a Christian should behave and how a Christian should think, because God is in the context knows your thoughts, you know. So holy is not a word that I use in my religious expressions. It is not. Because of its context, because of how it's used, because in witchcraft, in particular in Wicca, we indulge in our bodies. We love to have sex. We love to, or be asexual, depending on our orientation. We enjoy the fruits of the earth. Rather than fruit cultivating in virtues, we cultivate enjoyment of food, respect of people. We find the divine in everything that we do. Food, sex, love, joy, ritual, all kinds of expressions, ceremonies that showcase the beauty of knowing that divine is within us. That even our cycles that we celebrate, called the 8 Sabbaths or the 8 festivals, holy, I had this 8 sacred festivals. Excuse me, I said the word holy, not holy. The 8 sacred festivals. Sacred means set apart. Sacred is the word that is more akin to how we, especially as a Hellenic polytheist, as a Greek polytheist, sacred is a word that denotes set apart for, but not in. It does not have a moral judgment. It doesn't have whereas holy has a moral equivalency to it. It is moral. It is a moral law. Sacredness does not. Sacredness just means to be set apart. For example, your altar that you build in your home is sacred. It is set apart for specific ritual workings. If you are a neo-pagan or polytheist of some kind, many of us have little altars in our home. We even have shrines for our teachers, our heroes, our gurus, our lineage makers. We have shrines, and so the shrines are a space that is set apart for those spirits to dwell. And but there is no morality attached to it. It's not you're good or bad if you have a shrine. It is just, and it's not a divine commandment. It is just something that is encouraged. Now, in some religious expressions, it may be a divine commandment. Have a shrine to your to the spirit of the place or whatever, what have you. But in most contexts, especially in polytheism in general, especially in witchcraft, I'm going to be talking about here from the perspective of witchcraft, we do not have, if you don't have an altar, you're not a bad person. You're still a good, you can be a good person and not have an altar. You can be a good practitioner and not have an altar. You can be someone who sets aside their specific ritual, ceremonial tools. You can have someone who sets aside um, their home as a sacred center. It doesn't matter what it is, but sacred is the word, sacred. It is absent of moral judgment. And holy to me is not absent of moral judgment. And so I'm very hesitant to say anything is using the word holy. Now, I can reclaim a word, but there's no word to reclaim if it's already used a certain way from the almost the very beginning, and it's been expressed a specific way. Does language change? Yes. It is a word is used however the context, the people within the context agree upon it. The word holy does not have to be only a monotheistic lens. It can be used in many polytheistic things. Rather than sacred, we can say holy. But for me, I feel that there is a lot to unpack as far as that word because it is inundated with baggage. And this is not a rant against my Christian ministers, my fellow Christian interfaith ministers, but it is a fact that should be acknowledged. We have different words, and they're not used to express the same thing. We have different words that are used in contexts that are maybe similar contexts, but they're not used the same way. They're very different. They have different perspectives, different ideologies, uh, different perceptions, all rooted in one word. And so for me, it can be, and for many, it can be a very triggering word, the word holy. We often hear the sarcastic expression, the negative, holier than thou, you are holier than thou. So we use that in a sacred, in an expression as well, in an attacking, negative, derogatory expression for many people who are of a certain faith that feel that they are superior to others. Again, the word holy is filled with a moral uh, equivalency, a moral law, and with morality. And so it is not that witches do not have morals. We do not use a word that describes we try to stay away from a moral judgment with a word. We try to stay away from that as best as we can. We are humans. There is a lot of lingo and jargon that's used in the United States of America and in many Western English speaking nations that, of course, may have Christian influence in them. And so we cannot escape the jargon. You may hear witches and neo-pagans using the word holy. This is a holy work, or this is, but we can't get away from it. But what we mean is sacred. And and I'm not going to go to the etymology because that is what's called the etymological fallacy, that the etymology is the word, is what it should mean. And that's not true. Language changes, and what a group agrees upon the language word, that's how it's used. So could a sect of neo-pagans or witches or both adopt the word and change it? Sure, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Wounds are still fresh for many people deconstructed and leaving certain religions. So it's, there may be something of habit, but overall, people seek education. They're like, what can I do to get away from this word? Because I've been hurt, because I'm in pain, because I felt othered in my whole life. And I think that's the root of it, right? What I want to discuss too is the word holy is equated with morality, a certain morality that's espoused by a specific religion, excuse me, or religions that ultimately say or feel or appear, even if they don't mean it, like even in interfaith context, they may feel as if they have some kind of right to express the word religion. And you'll often hear, religion is a great example because you'll often hear people say, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Well, for me, I am religious. And religion is a word that was used in polytheism before Christianity adopted it. But it's not the same understanding because polytheists then and now do not have the idea of religion as it is espoused in Western society. Western society uses Christianity and other monotheistic faiths to talk about a sacred text, a creed, a statements of belief, and so it's very dogmatic in its approach. Orthodogmatic, I should say. Orthodogma, orthodoxy, meaning right opinion, right way, right truth, right expression. So they feel that they have a correct way of believing, knowing, thinking that is expressed in behavior. Sometimes. We all know people who may think they are holy, but in fact, to their own credo, they may not match. That doesn't matter. That's not here or there. Not here to discuss politics in that respect. Um, but what I am here to discuss is how much jargon is we have in our American background, and people that leave in droves the church or the synagogue or the mosque don't mean to disrespect. Well, some people do mean to disrespect the religions, but it depends on a person's background and what they grew up with. If they are queer, if they are atheist from a young age, if they're, whatever the case may be, science oriented, whatever. Many times, especially if you're a queer youth, you will be pushed down. You will be punished in a church. I mean, that's just a fact. There are some liberal churches that are accepting of queer people. Thankfully, they are growing in number. But overall, even still, some people don't feel that the God of Christianity reflects who they are. And so we have this idea of superiority. There's this idea of superiority that, God is male, God is Father, God is Jesus, who's a male, and God is Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit is a part of Jesus, is a part of the Trinity. So, as if you believe in that, if you're a Trinitarian, if you're a Unitarian, that's different. There is one God and Jesus was pre-chosen. But again, that's a different lecture about dogma. Dogma is a completely different lecture. Um, and I feel that oftentimes we come to as adults, we have the right to choose our faith. Even as kids, we have the right. We have the right to choose or not choose. We should be given that choice. But it's not the way it is in many families. And that's between the endless and that family, But I feel that from growing up, we should be given. But if we're not, then as adults, we should be given the right and respect to choose something that we believe in. As long as it makes us a better human being. I believe that that's what it's about. I'm not sure always about how every spiritual path may have similar notions of equality and equity with each other. But what I am sure of is that we're all striving to be better human beings. All paths should help us strive to find the divinity within and become better human beings, whatever the expression is. There may be nuances to that, but that's what I believe. And I also believe that that's what makes us sacred. We have to find the sacred within. Sets us apart from each other, and yet what is unified within us? What sets our gods apart from each other? And yet what of the searching for spiritual truth unites us? Even atheists have spirituality. It's not a religion how the Western society thinks of it. It is not a cult how modern Western society thinks of it. So, but again, that's politics. But those are words that have been used on science today, the war on science. Science is a way, it is a method of understanding and discovering the wonders of the frontier of our cosmos and of ourselves. And there is no contradiction to me between the sacred and science. Some atheists may say there is a contradiction, and that's their right, because anything that smacks of woo-woo is going to be seen as superstition. I don't view that as superstition. It is superstition is a pejorative comment state is a pejorative word that basically dismisses someone's experiences as valid, while at the same time, for example, if if I believe that throwing salt over my shoulder when it's spilled is good luck, I don't, but some people may. And some people may ascribe that as equal to somebody who worships deities that don't exist to them. And to me, those are two different things, right? But someone throwing salt over their shoulder may feel that it is a valid practice for them. I may feel differently, but I cannot ignore that for them it means something. But what is the fruit that we develop? You know, we have the 9 virtues from Christianity that say what holiness looks like. But what are the fruit that others can develop that are not of that religious persuasion? I contend that it is just the virtues of being kind and being nice and being decent and honorable. We express these in the Charge of the Goddess, which is a liturgy used in modern witchcraft or Wicca, modern traditionalist witchcraft. Excuse me, traditionalist Wicca. And the goddess tells us that we have 8 virtues that we should subscribe to: power, compassion, honor, humility, strength and beauty, mirth and reverence. And what those mean are going to be debated. It is not unilateral. It is not unifocus. But I feel and I believe that as long as our goal in life is to find love and joy and pleasure, whatever that looks like, and it helps us grow and become part of life and thrive in life. The goddess also says, preceding that all acts of love and pleasure are her rituals. What do you find that brings you love and joy? Is it a lover? Is it nature? Is it your friends? Is it you in solitude, reading a book, having some, boba tea? Whatever it is, your breakfast in the morning, your coffee, your cat, your dog, your ferret, whatever. What is it that brings you love and pleasure? What? You have to ask yourself those questions, because those questions are what make you sacred. They set you apart and they help you discover your inner divinity, the spark of divinity that we all carry within ourselves. Even if we see the toxicity, and I do mean this, the toxicity of external divinity. What do I mean by that? The toxicity of external divinity means, as I define it, means that there is a very bad way of seeing how divine is external to you, transcendent away, but has given you, a human being, instruction and knowledge that only you know. For example, toxic external divinity is God is watching me, but God is watching how I think and how I act. Therefore, I'm going to express what I believe are his values based on my interpretation of the word of God and impose that upon others and legislate my faith. That's the toxicity of external divinity. But if we look at internal divinity, then we have the idea, the notion. This may not happen across the board, and it is certainly utopic in its way. But we're not trying to force people to assimilate within one way of thinking. We're not trying to force people to assimilate into one way of believing, one way of behaving that is holy to another individual. No, We are saying you are sacred. You are set apart for your own purpose in life, whatever that looks like. And that purpose does not have to be being a billionaire. It can, or being famous or celebrity. And if it is, wonderful. Keep going. But some people find purpose in simple things in life. Cooking, whether professional or at home. Some people find purpose in joining the military. Some people find purpose in mowing their yard and just taking care of their pets. There are multitudinous ways of expressing ourselves and allowing ourselves to take information about the divine around us and translating that to our own lives. I encourage that internal spark of divinity, as Carl Sagan said, we are star stuff, meaning, and there was a whole quote with that, basically meaning heavier elements, solidifying, da da da. But anyway, we are star stuff. And the ancient mysteries from ancient Greece and ancient Thrace over 2,000 years ago, probably about 2,500, 3,000, said there was a saying, I am a child of earth and starry heaven. I'm a child of earth and starry heaven. And so we see the mystic and the science agreeing, and mysticism was innate. This was part, there was a, there, I'm a child of earth, starry heaven was a quote from a mystical tradition that sought to find divinity within themselves and express it accordingly. So what I encourage you and I challenge you in your home today, whether you're watching this in the morning, the evening, or wherever around the world you're watching it, find your inner divinity. Find what makes you sacred. Find what sets you apart and the values that you carry that will make you a better human being. That will allow you, give yourself permission to enjoy life, to thrive. Even if you are Christian, Muslim, Jewish, and I'm talking about you all monotheistically, because you're the measurement of the Anglophone West, what religion looks like as a spiritual identifier, as a spiritual political identifier. You have the right to find joy in life. You have the right to express the virtues of humanity. You have the right to love science. You have the right, but you have to give yourself that permission. In the end, it is your permission and nobody else's that you have to abide by. I'm telling you right now, witchcraft is about liberation and freedom. And while I evangelize that, while I spread the good news about what I feel is my witchcraft, I certainly am not proselytizing. I'm not convincing you to come to my side. That's no, you have your own spirituality, you got your own walk. If you're curious about it, great. But this is not convincing you. Because even Christ came to set us free. He said, I came to set the captives free. How are you captive? People in his time, in his community, were locked by religion, were locked by laws, moral laws, judgmental laws. And he said, you are captive. You're a prisoner to your own interpretations. Worship God in spirit and in truth. That's what he said. Worship God in spirit, your inner divine, reach out, and in truth. So, thank you again for joining me. Thank you again for allowing me to be in your home, in your office, in your car, wherever you may be around the world and here in the United States. And so I say, as I always do, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Goodbye.
Thank you, Drew. It's so nice to have you as part of the family here. You are awesome and amazing, and we really appreciate your participation. Oracle, you've been here since day one, and you never cease to amaze me. You are, without a doubt, the smartest, most intelligent human being I know, and I tell people that all the time. So thank you. Philip Lupo and Tech Team. Yes, Diego, we really appreciate you guys as well. They take our pieces and parts and put them together into one seamless, beautiful flow. So if you are out there in the world and you need this kind of work done, contact Philip and his team at the address below and they will fix you up. Past services are available on the People of Diversity Facebook group, Facebook page, or the People of Diversity YouTube channel. Now, the Facebook page and group, they are only on there for 30 days and then they nuke them. However, I would strongly suggest going to the YouTube channel because they keep them forever, for one thing, and they also have a playlist function that if you go on there, you can search by faith. So say you want to see all the Baha'i talks, or you can search by topic. Say you want to see all the talks on diversity or all the talks on holy. So that's a really nice function. Also, if you go to the YouTube channel and you click the live button at the top in the People of Diversity Live or the People of Diversity YouTube channel and click the live button, it will take you to the last few services. So that makes it really easy. So if you want to get notifications to remind you to tune in on Sundays, you can join the Facebook group or page or both and the YouTube channel and you get a little ding on Sunday morning and on Sunday evening at 5:45 when we have a rebroadcast on Facebook Live. So
on YouTube, you have to subscribe for the ding.
You have to subscribe for the ding.
Yeah, otherwise you don't get a ding. So we've got a couple of things that we've added to the pod repertoire. One is a weekly newsletter. And that features a vendor. It talks about Pod Plus. It talks about the things that we're doing. It gives our mission. It gives you an opportunity to donate. So down at the bottom of that webpage is the Pod Plus. The Pod Plus is an opportunity for you to consistently tithe, offer, or give donation on a monthly basis. That helps us to budget and to forecast the things that we want to do and be a part of. And that also opens up a door and access to all kinds of vendor discounts of folks who have signed up to support the pod. As well as some content that you'll either get first or have early access to, or discounts on some of our live events. So we encourage you to both open the newsletter and join Pod Plus. And if neither one of them are on your radar yet, go to newwaypod@gmail.com, drop your email in there, and ask Becky to add you to the newsletter, and you'll get that every week, and that'll keep you in the know. That's all I know.
So, Pod Live. On the first and last Mondays of every month, we go to the Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship in Rockledge and do something live. Well, coming up, we have two amazing concerts by top-rated New Thought artists. On January 26th, David Roth will be there. If you haven't ever seen David, go, just go to YouTube or whatever and Google David Roth and listen to some of his music. You will be amazed. So that event is $20 suggested love offering. No one will be turned away. We're not going to sit there at the door and take money from people. So just come on in, but try to support David. We appreciate that. $20 suggested. On February 2nd, which is the Monday right after the 26th, we got another one, Amy Steinberg. Absolutely amazing. She's going to be there, $25 suggested donation. Again, no one turned away. And both of these are going to be incredible, heartwarming, fun, inspirational.
And polar opposites.
And oh yeah, David and Amy are like both ends of the spectrum and both amazing. So
yes, powerful, both of them.
Yeah. On January 30th, this is not a pod event. however the pod's going to be involved, and I'll speak about that in a second. But on January 30th, the spiritual resources for navigating grief and loss it's sponsored by the Volunteers of America and the Florida chapter and Interfaith United. It's going to be in Viera, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the 30th. So you can go to our website, www.podpeopleofdiversity.org, and look on the events tab for more information. Scott and I are going to be doing the opening, what are they calling it? It's not a prayer. They're not praying, but it's the opening thoughts to get everybody
Invocation, perhaps?
Right, yeah, to get everybody in the space to talk about serious business, grief and loss. So if you yourself are suffering, come see that. If you work with people, if you're a chaplain, if you have people in your life that are experiencing grief and loss, come on out. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a really good program, and it's free, and they're going to have snacks. So come on. If you or your business would like to sponsor one of our pod events at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Rockledge, you could help us out immensely by donating the $50 a night, a Monday night rent charge that we have there. And before the event, whatever that is, you can have the mic for a couple of minutes and talk about your business, talk about why you decided to sponsor, or you can remain anonymous. But that's very helpful. And if you haven't been there, that's an amazing venue. And so come on out and visit us there. I'm good.
We bless a state. We are on Virginia.
Virginia.
The Pentagon is the headquarters of the U.S. Defense Department. It's located in Virginia. It's right across the Potomac River from D.C. The building is so large that there are 17 miles of highways.
Hallways. You said highways.
Ah.
Hallways.
Hallways.
Just blows my mind. Hallways. Can you imagine?
17 miles of walking sidewalk. Indoor, under air.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible.
It
is. And the telephone wires could wrap around the earth 4 times. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That there is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's hold the people of Virginia in our hearts and say these words together.
May peace prevail in Virginia. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you. Okay, if you would like to help support the pod, go to www.podpeopleofdiversity.org. You can make a one-time donation there, and we greatly appreciate that. Or check out Pod Plus. There's a tab there that you can go and just read about Pod Plus. And if you decide you want to join, you can do that on that same tab, and look at all the things that you will be able to access from that. So we appreciate all of the tithes and donations that we get. It keeps us going. So we end our services with a spiritual healing circle, virtual, energetic healing circle. So think about anyone in your space, in your life, out there in the world that could use some support and love. Send your energy out, and as we join our energy all together in this circle, put those things into the middle of the circle, and let's bless them, and send them our love, and listen to this last song together. Make sure you open up and get a little on yourself. So thank y'all for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great week.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and just speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of